everybody, welcome back to the Fans Perspective. This is episode number fucking 10.
Doing great.
I'm Double A Ron.
There's Westicles.
Juicebox.
Black Canary.
Uber Bulge.
And we're going to do a top 10. Everybody loves top 10s. I know I do. And this time it is our top 10 villains. We did superheroes already. We're going to do villains now.
Yep.
Again, I'm going to stress it yet again. This is not based on merit or level of badassery.
There's a small level of merit involved,
but
truth be told, with this list.
This is strictly favorite.
Yeah.
Because, again, based on merit or badassery...
I favorite based on merit.
Well,
sometimes.
if it's based on merit, like, my list is different. So,
Same
you know.
here.
But we're going to go right along with this top 10. We're going to start with Uber Bulge this time.
My number 10 is Mandarin.
The Mandarin.
Oh, excellent.
I love how they did, how he was Stark's enemy, how you had Stark who was, all tech, and then you have Mandarin that's, mysticism.
He is mysticism.
And it was a good,
It's the
good
perfect
clash.
contrast.
Yeah. I mean, what is the polar opposite of tech? Mysticism.
Right.
And that was the perfect thing for that. I loved it.
Yeah.
You know,
It makes for an excellent conflict.
it does. So that's about all I got to say about that. I mean, there's not
He's a
really
good
much more to
villain.
say.
He
He
really
He's
is.
a great villain. That's why he's my number 10.
Black Canary.
My number 10 is the Joker.
Number 10.
Oh,
Wow.
Number 10.
10.
All right. Why do you...
He is on all
So,
5 lists, then.
I
guarantee
can
it.
assume that he is on all 5 of our lists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, he's there.
so then the question really becomes not why is he on the list, but why is he so far down? Do you really like 9 other people that
Yeah.
much more?
I do,
Well, son of a
honestly.
bitch. Yeah. No
Fair
hesitation.
enough.
No hesitation.
It really is
Yeah.
fair enough.
All right.
I'm interested to hear the rest of your list, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really, I mean, I don't even want to, we all know why he's on the list. I mean, I don't think we
yeah.
need to say anything about the Joker.
Not a whole lot to
But
say.
number
It
10.
hasn't been said,
Number
but
10.
yeah.
All right. Juicebox.
My number 10 is Crossbones.
Crossbones.
Yeah. He's a vicious motherfucker.
Yeah.
But is that even does that word even begin to describe Crossbones? Like, vicious doesn't even seem to
Yeah.
cover it.
Who's Crossbones?
He's,
Captain America
yeah, one
villain.
of Cap's
Yeah.
bigger villains.
Yeah.
Kind of a merc kind of character
Yeah, he
that's...
typically works for Red Skull or someone else, but
Yeah.
I just
He
always
worked for
liked
Hydra
that
for a time, didn't
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
I just always like that. He's basically a regular guy, just really well trained.
And weirdly, he's
Yeah.
one of the few that can keep up a
Yeah,
real
he can
fight
hold his own with
one-on-one with Cap. He's one of very few. And considering he's a normal guy, that's saying something.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
There's nothing special. He's just, he's just normal. Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't
Yeah.
have any enhancements.
He's
yeah,
buff.
he's just
He's a
really
big motherfucker.
He's
muscular,
buff, he's trained.
Yeah. Very well trained.
Yeah, apparently I didn't know this until I looked it up earlier. He actually trained with Taskmaster.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, well, a lot of Hydra agents
That
did.
makes sense, though, that
Yeah.
he's as good as he is now. So
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that is an interesting choice. I like Crossbones.
I like him. He's not on my top 10, but I do like him. What are you, Westicles?
The man who broke the bat. Bane.
All right, Bane.
Genius strategist. Better villain than anything has given him credit for, save for Arkham Origins.
Yeah.
Except for, of course, the source material, the comics. He's a much smarter and more intimidating presence on more than his strength than
Yeah.
has ever been shown.
And see, that's
Right.
the thing. Like, if you actually do some research on Bane, he is a lot more than just big,
far
strong
more.
guy.
He
You
literally
know?
just sat down for about 2-3 hours, puzzled out who the Bat really is, Bruce
Yep.
Wayne, and used it against him.
Which, I gotta tell you, is a bigger feat than I think people realize. Like, to us...
Yeah.
Truly, yeah, it
To
just
us-
seems
Okay,
obvious.
to
We
us,
know.
To us, we get to read the full spectrum. Okay,
Yeah.
we get to know who everybody is. There's not much mystery when it involves identities in comics to the reader. But you got to imagine, put yourself in Bane's shoes or the Joker's shoes. How the
Anyone's.
fuck would you know?
He's got identities, false identities, everything to back up the fact that Bruce Wayne's accounted for.
Right.
And so many other
And
reasons.
Batman, that's the thing. Batman's genius level intellect. Okay, there are very few, if any, in the DC universe as a whole that rival his level of intelligence.
Mhm.
So his ability to account for things and always having a viable alibi.
And who thinks of Bruce Wayne? Oh, you mean the drunk rich boy?
Right.
Exactly.
I mean, that
That's what it
fuckface
is.
who wastes his life in the manner. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
'cause, you know, for a whole lot of that story arc, he never left the manor except for at night.
Yep.
So, like, why would it be Bruce Wayne?
Yeah.
But for Bane to sit down in a couple hours and be like, "Oh, son of a bitch, it's Bruce Wayne,"
Yeah.
Ah,
that's fucking awesome.
yeah, it is.
And then just this, I love Nightfall. It's a brilliant arc.
If you haven't read Nightfall,
And yes, the way he managed to strategically force the city and Batman's villains against him in the right ways so that he could truly overcome the Bat without even truly coming to blows, and then finally when Batman was almost defeated already, just came in, snapped him.
yeah, just
The
broke,
end. Put him over a
Just
knee
broke
and
his
broke
back.
the Bat.
this craziness,
Outwitted and out physically destroyed him.
which is not who all can say
No
that.
one actually else can truly say that
Right.
about Batman.
Now he did come back with a furious vengeance
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
that Bane
Wow.
wasn't ready for.
Not at all.
But that, I love that almost even more than the fact that he broke him was
Yeah.
when he came back at him. Bane was like, "The fuck!" Like,
Yeah.
he wasn't ready.
No, he wasn't.
My number 10 is Omega Red.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, yeah.
The
Think
Rusky.
of it all.
I hate that guy. With, you know, I love to hate him. He's one of those villains where I'm reading it and I'm like, you motherfucker! Like,
Well, he's like damn near indestructible. I mean,
Yeah, he's got those adamantium
unless you
tentacles.
freeze his ass,
which is like, that's all they can do.
Yeah.
is just put his ass
Put
in
him on
fire.
ice. Good dear God, get him away.
Yeah,
Just
I mean,
I've not seen any one hero go up against him and him not give that hero fits.
Yeah. He's basically the Winter Soldier, but unable to escape the brainwashing with
Right.
adamantium tentacles that emit electricity,
yeah.
and just dead set on whatever he needs to get done.
Well, that's the thing. He's one of those villains who will truly do
Yeah.
the most despicable shit to get done what he has to get done.
Yeah.
Like when he kidnapped Colossus' sister,
Uh,
fuck.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, dude, she was like 7 or something in that comic. And
she was
he's-
7 for like 90 years of
Yeah,
continuity.
but I'm just
still.
saying that he kidnapped like a 7-year-old girl and like tried to kill her
Yeah.
right in front of everybody's faces. That takes some sick shit.
Yep.
Like he was torturing that bitch.
He's
Like
a real bastard.
that's insane. Fucking insane. And it's just one of those villains that I love to read. I love reading Omega Red
Yeah.
comics. It's good shit every time. Who do you got for number 9, Bulge?
My 9 was Omega Red.
Son of a
Oh,
bitch.
really?
Yeah,
Well, there you
it
go.
was Omega. It was Omega Red.
That is not a double I was expecting.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
well,
me neither.
it's like Double A said. I mean, he's just that fucking villain. I mean, how many villains can you say give Wolverine a real run for his money?
Yeah, there's not a whole lot.
You know, and Omega Red is one of those people on that short list.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
You got Silver Samurai, Omega Red, Juggernaut sometimes, and
Sometimes.
Sabretooth.
yeah, I mean,
I can't think of many more.
Magneto's not fair.
Magneto's
Magneto-
unfair.
Yeah.
You can't count Magneto.
but,
And these are villains. We're not talking about like over the top.
yeah.
Just no one person can take them villains.
Yeah.
Like real, like everyday, especially like
One-on-one
everyday
real
villains.
match.
Like nobody really gives him a whole lot of fits.
No.
Omega Red though,
Yeah.
he does it. I don't. But then again, like I said, 1-on-1, who the fuck wouldn't he give fits to?
Yeah.
right. Ugh.
Like the Hulk, maybe.
Yeah. I think they might have fought, for all I know. I actually don't know.
Even
I
then,
don't
man,
believe they have. But
I,
if they,
eventually that's going to piss Hulk off to the point where he's going to start destroying continents. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, because like that's just like what Omega Red does. I mean, he's just
Pisses
ugh.
them off.
well, like, can you kill him?
You can't kill him.
I
They tried to kill
think
Omega
yes, Omega Red can be killed in the same way that, Deadpool can be killed. Not that he has this outrageous healing factor like Deadpool, but he's not an easy kill.
Oh, you have to go to
You
extreme
really have
measures to
go
kill him.
to those
Well, there's a
extremes.
reason.
Like they
why-
freeze his ass and he's still alive. Like
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason why almost every fight ends with him getting fucking blasted with Arctic winds.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's the only way you can really take his ass down without
Yeah.
fucking doing something serious. You know.
Exactly.
Canary, who you got at 9?
Red Skull.
The Red Skull.
Classic Nazi.
Yep.
He's maniacal. He's a great menacing villain. Gets shit done. He's an asshole. And is currently embodying the body of Onslaught. Which no,
Right?
no,
This is horrible.
no.
He puts up a good fight with Captain too.
And yes, he
More
does.
than a good fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, Red
He's
Skull
beaten
is.
Cap on
So
more than one
Red Skull
occasion.
is taking out
He's
Captain.
he is more. He's become far more than a Captain villain. He is one of those that you can classify as an Avengers villain.
Mhm. He's crossed over into so many different.
It's just that he's one of those villains that can put a plan in place that threatens
He's
the
just-
Avengers.
He's just
Yeah.
constant, you know.
Yeah.
Like he's much like he's not even like regular villains where you take him out and you don't have to worry about him for a while. You take him out and it's like he could be back the next day.
Yeah,
Like that's
you
how
never
crazy
really know.
that Red.
He's
this
like
Red
he's
Skull
like
is.
Doctor Doom, man. He's like
He's always coming back.
they gotta wonder like he's been quiet for too long. What the fuck's going
Right.
on?
Yeah. What's the problem? He's too quiet. I don't trust
Yeah.
it.
He's always one.
He's
step
only been
ahead.
dead for 6 days. I don't trust it. I don't trust
Yeah,
it.
no, you're right there, Canary. He is one step ahead. He's one of the few villains who remains a step ahead
Yeah.
of the heroes at like every turn.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't think they've ever outsmarted Red Skull. I think they've just had to like brutally
Deal with
kick
it
the
as
door
it
down.
comes,
Yeah,
yeah.
like
Yep.
doesn't happen a lot in Marvel comics as it turns out as like I've
Yeah.
been reading. Not a whole lot of the villains get outsmarted. It's pretty much just brute force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
That's how it usually goes.
It's true. That's one of the few reasons that I've come up with that I like DC better for.
yeah,
A lot of times it isn't the brute force that it comes down to.
yeah, not all the time. But in Marvel, it's just kind of like this is my beat stick, and this
you
is
are
your
going
face.
to take it.
And this is your face.
So what if it kills someone? They'll be
Right.
back in a week.
Face, beat stick, meet face. You know. Who do you got for 9 there, Juice Box?
I have Captain Cold.
He's great.
Yeah.
He is like he's my number
Another
11.
another villain that people don't give as much credit to
Yeah,
that he deserves.
yeah. I love him. The Code of Honor. Yeah,
that's a big thing for me.
I love it.
Like,
I like honorable villain, honor among thieves, and he's one of the best examples.
yeah, he only really kills if he's crossed, or has a
If
very
he
good
if it's
reason.
truly required.
Yeah.
I wouldn't cross that dude.
No.
No.
Not
And
at all.
especially in New 52, he gets a nice upgrade, we'll call it, and he becomes a lot more of a threat.
Yeah.
I haven't read New 52 Flash yet.
It's impressive. It's very impressive.
It's amazing.
I will look into that.
But yeah, Captain Cold's phenomenal.
Who you got 9?
My number 9 is Carnage.
Oh shit.
Wow.
I'm gonna give you a nice little high five.
Yeah.
Me too.
I love
My number
Carnage.
9 is also Carnage.
Partly for nostalgia. When I watched the cartoon back in the 90s, I can honestly say no villain made me happier to show up on screen than Carnage because I didn't know what to expect. He wasn't in enough episodes to me because I loved seeing him. That cackle. He had all the right things going for him to make him unexpected. I mean, I loved Mysterio and all that. But nostalgia-wise, he was my favorite Spidey villain. And to this day, I'm hard-pressed to say I've got one better. But when it comes down to it, as we'll see later in my list, I figured that out. But
I gotta tell you though,
Carnage is just...
you want fucking brutality?
Yeah.
Carnage.
Read Ultimate Spider-Man and then read some Carnage shit.
Yeah, that Carnage stuff's awesome in there.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Huh.
Relentless. And like I always put it.
Here's a present with a nice intestine bow tie.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
eh.
That kind of stuff is just brutal. But no, what I always said was, Venom's powerful, he's crazy and all, but what it boils down to, Eddie Brock was like a high school bully.
Yeah.
He's not
Yeah.
much more than that in the end.
Carnage is a
Carnage
fucking
was
psychopath.
a serial killer
Well,
and
you see-
psychopath.
And you see what happened with Eddie Brock as Venom. He ends up becoming anti-Venom.
Yeah, even then he
And
becomes a
becomes a
hero
hero,
at the
you know?
end, basically.
I mean, Carnage
Carnage is
stayed
just psychopath
fucking evil.
villain to the
Yeah.
end.
and got more evil
I love
as
it.
Yeah.
he went. And I love how Carnage always referred to himself as I
Yeah.
instead
Yeah.
of we.
Yeah.
Like that was a big thing. Like he
'Cause
was
that's
so
the thing.
fucked up in the head that when he merged with that symbiote, he became one entity. He
No,
wasn't two.
They
entities.
were. It wasn't that like Eddie Brock and the symbiote, different wavelengths. They
Mhm.
they think differently. The symbiote that just wants to consume, destroy, become all that there is.
Cassidy was that perfect.
That is Cletus Cassidy's mindset. It is I. They are one and the same, and that's what's terrifying.
Yeah.
Which is why he's also my number 9. What do you got for 8, Bulge?
I have Clayface for number 8.
Awesome.
Clayface is one of my favorite Batman villains.
I agree.
Just something about him. I love how he's always able to morph his body into his weapons and everything, and then take on the persona of whoever he wanted to.
Yeah.
Because he
He
was
was
a
an
great
actor.
actor.
Yeah.
And Clayface is just one of those. I love him for it.
No,
you know?
yeah. I've always been a big Clayface fan. For the same reasons I liked Carnage for Spider-Man, the 90s series, Batman animated series.
Clayface.
I loved it when
in the
Clayface showed
Batman
up.
animated series was like the best villain to show
it was
up
great.
on
He
that
was
show.
awesome.
It was so cool. And he was in every integral storyline that the 90s Batman animated series had to offer.
Yeah, it's
Go
just
back,
like-
if you go back and rewatch it, Clayface's fucking gross handprints are all over that show.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. And he looked so fucking menacing in that show.
It was awesome, and then he would be a real physical threat for Batman.
Like, if
Which,
I was in a
again,
dark alley...
who would do that?
If I was in a dark alley and I saw that, like, creepy smile,
Yeah.
No.
Maybe some
Fuck.
chills.
Like, yeah.
And that's the thing too. Like when it comes to villains, like a lot of my favorite villains are Batman villains.
I don't blame you there.
And it's hard
They're glorious.
not to
He's
love
got
them.
an impressive list of villains.
He has
does.
the most impressive rogues gallery to me. He really does.
I'd say him and Spider-Man are my 2 favorite villains.
My second favorite rogues gallery is actually Flash. But then, yes, Spider-Man.
Yeah, you won't get any arguments from me there. Not about Batman, anyway.
Yeah.
Probably the most impressive
List of villains.
Who do you got? Who you got, Canary, for number 8?
Sinestro.
Sinestro.
Classic good
I
guy
will
gone bad.
be
Oh, yeah.
completely honest with you. He's not on my top 10
Mine either.
because I just don't particularly like his character.
I've always liked him.
However, you won't hear any arguments from me as far as his capacity to be a villain.
Yeah.
That guy's
He's proved it so many times.
fucking.
Yeah.
That guy's as horrible as they come.
He's pretty bad
But why?
sometimes.
Why is he on your list?
He created his own fear court.
Just
Just-
to rule by fear.
Yeah.
It's impressive. I mean, that's a core. That's why he's got the Yellow Lantern. Or, well, for the most of the time has. He truly is a person ruled by his fears. And it was crazy to see someone so willful, fall from grace like that.
Yeah.
He was one of the only shining points in that movie.
Yeah, I actually
Sinestro.
really liked Mark
Mark
Strong.
Strong,
Yeah.
yeah.
I liked him. And
He was a good
one of the
Sinestro.
only parts in the whole movie that I really liked was when he was training Hal.
Yeah.
The movie
Good
was a
stuff.
mess, honestly, but I really
Oh, yeah, that movie
enjoyed
was a
that.
fucking-
But that end scene with him
Disaster.
putting on the yellow ring.
It was still really
I was
exciting.
like, oh, I kind of want a sequel, even though this movie's not that great.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. I just want to see a reboot. I just want a reboot.
they already announced it. We're getting it.
Yeah, we're getting one.
I just don't want Jon Stewart
I don't
as the
either.
Lantern.
No.
But we're probably going to
Probably.
That movie was kind of lame from what I heard.
It was
Yeah,
bad.
it wasn't that
It
great.
was horrible.
Pretty bad.
But yeah, Sinestro is a
Goosebox.
fantastic.
I have Killer Croc.
Haha.
TikTok the Croc.
He.
I don't really have anything to say about this. He's self-explanatory
Yeah.
to me.
He's menacing. He's interesting. Ever changing. He's always
You know what's
an
funny
interesting one in a
is
story.
that we just said that like Bane was one of like the few villains who could say he could take on Batman in a like physical fight. We've named 3.
Now,
Since,
yeah,
like,
Killer Croc, yeah.
Bane, Killer Croc, and Clayface. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
Turns out all of his villains came.
Yeah.
No, not even close.
No.
But Scarecrow's not going one-on-one.
No.
Riddler ain't
Riddler?
going-
No.
Yeah.
Riddler's only shtick is to outwit.
Right, once you beat him, he turns into such a sniveling bitch. Like,
Yeah. But
You beat me.
How'd you beat me? You're not smarter than I am, despite years and years of evidence.
yeah. But,
Disclaimer: I love the
who-
Riddler, but
What about you? Like, why?
I don't know, just like... I kind of feel like he's one of those villains who didn't really have much of a choice else to do. You know, I mean...
You know, that's really is really one of the things about him. One of the most, in my opinion, interesting parts about his character.
Yeah.
He had no fucking choice.
yeah,
If
Yeah, I
you
mean,
read, like,
you
even
grow
if
up
you
looking like that, you know, everybody
society
hates you.
made him.
well,
the
even
villain.
if you read, even if you've never read, if you just played the WB games, the Arkham, you know, that Arkham set of games, read his character bios, man. It
Yeah.
fucking you feel bad for the guy.
Kind of
Like,
do.
shitty life, yeah.
I mean, forced to live in the sewers because out in the daylight he was picked on and thrown, like rocks thrown at him, beaten. Couldn't, like, imagine that for a second.
Yeah.
You
And
can't
really blame him for his hatred for mankind.
You can't go to work
Right.
because nobody's going to hire you because the way you look. The only thing you're ever going to be able to do is manual labor. And even if you do manual labor, what are you going to do? You know, you can't work in a warehouse with people because nobody'd ever get anything done. They'd be staring at you all day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Second of all, like, I mean, I guess you could work at like a train yard doing shit by yourself. But
Yeah.
even then, like, if I'm working on a train yard by myself, you're paying me obscene amounts of money.
Right.
But you're not going to get paid very well because, you know, even though you're a citizen, you know, people are going to treat you differently.
They're gonna treat
What the
you
fuck
like
could the dude do?
Yeah.
Except for rob banks.
Yeah.
You know, like seriously, the dude's forced to live in a sewer.
Yeah.
Like, the only reason he lives down there now is because he's, you know, I guess grown
Comfort
accustomed
zone.
to it.
Comfort zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But before that, could you imagine growing up living in a sewer? Like, you had to because you couldn't be anywhere else? I feel bad for the guy. I really do.
Yeah. Who can blame him for worshiping the god of, or the queen of monsters?
Well, not me. I couldn't. That guy got a rough fucking deal.
At least he got laid out of that
Yeah, right?
He did get laid out of that.
Get laid.
deal. Yeah.
Good old Waylon finally got some. All right. Vesticles?
Alright, my number 8 is Apocalypse. Leader of the Four Horsemen, advent of the mutant, well, I don't know what to call it. I had some clever term, now I got nothing. He's awesome. He's the ultimate mutant.
I love Apocalypse. So.
He's got
Yeah.
the power, he's got the god complex, he is the progenitor of all that people should be in his mind. He is Darwin.
That dude is
His
Hitler on roids.
He's a
Yeah.
fucking badass.
Yeah.
He's crazy.
I mean,
I've got a lot.
Speaking
I've
of
got a lot to
villains,
say about Apocalypse,
Yeah.
but I'll wait because he's much, much higher on my list.
See,
He's on mine too.
yeah, villains that, like what you said about Omega Red, villains you can't put down.
Yeah, I love reading Apocalypse. Love
No
it.
matter what, he's gonna be back.
yeah.
Whether his Mr. Sinister says, "Okay, let's get him up," or the fact that they couldn't even try to put him down right in the last fight. He's so impossible to kill. And it's been proven time and time again, even if killed, he's coming back anyway.
the most I've seen him incapacitated was by a nanotech virus. But even then, it didn't kill him. It broke him down molecularly, and they put him in a jar.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much the same thing as them always sending him to an alternate dimension.
Yeah, but-
he's just on a jar on a shelf. But it took a super alien race that was far beyond anybody's comprehension tech-wise to do it.
Yeah.
So, I like I said, I got a lot to say about him, but he's much higher
All
on
right.
my list.
Yeah.
Number 8 for me is Loki.
Loki?
Yes.
Loki, pretty much for me, enough said.
Yeah.
You don't get a more intricate villain
God of tricksters.
than you do with Loki. There's so much that goes into that character.
Yeah.
That
The brotherly relationship.
yeah, the brotherly relationship, the just sheer bastard that guy is.
He is. The
Um,
intricate plots he's
yeah.
able to
Yeah,
pull.
another one of those
that's the
More
villains.
thing.
than anybody, he's the schemer of the Marvel
Right,
universe.
and
No
his-
one out schemes Loki.
He's so grand scheme about everything. He's so big picture, and not a
Yeah.
whole lot of villains are big picture.
Yeah.
Him, he's monster picture.
Yeah, and sometimes he
Like-
thinks of the most ingenious things to do on like the small scale. Oh,
Right.
let's just take the Hulk out of Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
Uh,
Another one of those villains that stays a step ahead of the heroes.
Yeah,
I mean, he's
exactly.
Well, therein lies that whole dichotomy right there. Thor, all he does is kick doors in.
Yeah,
That's
You
that's
know,
true.
like
That's what he does.
Loki, he's eons ahead. Not even just steps.
Yeah.
Eons ahead of everybody else. I love him.
Yeah.
Bulge 7.
My number 7 is Doc Ock.
Ah,
Dr. Octagonopus.
Yeah.
blah.
Yeah, blah.
I mean, he's always been
He doesn't get enough credit for how smart he is.
no.
No, not at all.
I mean, he married Aunt May to fuck with Peter Parker.
Right,
Yeah.
that son of a bitch.
This is a dick
He
move.
figured out who Spider-Man was, and then married Peter Parker's aunt just so that he could fuck with him.
Literally.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
You
In
think he
every
brought
sense
that
of
up
the
for a
word.
fight?
Peter.
Yeah, welcome home, Peter.
Where have you been?
You imagine they were fighting like one time and like I don't know, Peter's like, what else can you do to me? I fucked your aunt last night.
Ah!
Why?
Because I can.
And I am never gonna call her back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like tentacle porn.
Right.
No.
Not only did I fuck your aunt, but I made her call me Uncle Ben.
Oh, damn.
Great power comes
But
great.
yeah, I mean,
Yes.
Doc
great.
Ock, you know, I mean, and like you said, he doesn't get enough credit
No,
for
not at all.
what, you know, he's fucking maniacal. I mean, he's evil, you know.
Dimension
I mean, there's
cubes.
more.
Dimension cubes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That motherfucker made dimension cubes. I don't have anything else to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, founding member of the Sinister Six, and
Yeah.
they have given Spider-Man some shit over the years. He's basically the ringleader.
Yeah.
We had an interesting discussion about the Sinister Six a couple podcasts ago.
Yes, we
You
did.
guys should go back and re-listen to that if you haven't. We talked about how what would happen if they were dropped in Gotham.
Yeah,
That was
fun.
It was a fun
Yeah.
discussion.
Yeah, it was.
What about you, Canary? Number
Mysterio.
Spider-Man
Wow,
villain.
another
keep
member of
rolling,
the Sinister
Mysterio.
Six.
You know, as a standalone villain, I fall into that category of people who don't give him enough respect. I don't know why, but whenever I think of him as a standalone villain, he's not very impressive. Part of the Sinister Six, though,
Oh man.
He is when
Invaluable.
He gets together with
He's
any
invaluable.
other villain. He is just beastly.
Yeah.
Again, go back and listen to that podcast
Yeah,
because we talk about that
Yeah,
a lot.
he's the real threat almost of the whole Sinister Six because if anyone is distracting what's going on, Mysterio is trying to break their mind.
Well, we talked about how Mysterio would be crucial to taking down Batman.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
yeah,
You know, so
He's a great illusionist.
No,
isn't he?
yeah, and now
Yeah.
and then
the best.
yeah, there's a chance Batman could break the control, but damn,
He'd be hard pressed.
yeah.
and hell yeah, he would.
He'd be hard pressed.
One of the things that made me actually respect Mysterio more as a villain was reading Kevin Smith's run of Daredevil. They
Oh
actually-
yeah.
He, you know,
I didn't even think about that.
manipulated everybody and led to the death of Daredevil's longtime love interest.
Right.
Yeah,
Which is one of the craziest things, you know. I mean, as long as she was around in those comics, I mean, she was always a recurring character. You know, 40 years later, they finally kill her off.
It is
and
Mysterio,
Yeah,
did.
Mysterio led to it, yeah.
which is like mind blowing to think of the villains that have tried,
Yeah,
and for Mysterio to done it.
Yeah.
It's pretty mind blowing shit. Who do you got?
Number 7, I have Violator.
The
the
Violator.
Violator.
I-
Evil little clown shit.
Oh.
I love him.
I wouldn't love that character as much if it wasn't for Leguizamo.
I
was
know.
gonna
say
that
It's so
too.
perfect.
Not even gonna lie.
Oh,
Every time I
man.
read the comics, I'm hearing his voice.
Yeah,
in my head when
I
I-
know.
How can you not? You know, I mean,
He did
watch
it so
the old
perfectly.
Spawn cartoon, and it's still like,
Yeah, it's still
Yeah,
not
you're
quite
into
up
you.
to par.
Fucking. I can't. The part, the fucking movie when Wanda turns into him.
Yeah.
and it feels so good. Feel that button. He's just like, oh. He's in this fat clown again. Fucking. It sets me
So-
off every time. Crack
it's like
up.
what? It feels so hairy. What?
Yeah. Just fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and he's a great foil for his hero too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Violator's a true bastard, another schemer, but he's also a huge physical threat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
His ego usually gets the best of him.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
That is what happens in the end. That's how he loses his head.
Literally, usually.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally for the most part. Westicles.
My number 7 is Gorilla Grodd.
Ooh.
Yes.
Another one of those schemers that can also. Well, he's kind of a triple threat though.
Yeah, he is.
He's a physical threat. He's a mental scheming threat, and also really he'll take your mind
Yeah.
threat. He's a telepathic gorilla.
You're
I
not
have-
getting no
it's just
arguments for me,
superhuman.
man.
And then even take it even further. Like I mentioned it before, but the New 52, he can help tap into the Speed Force. Just
Yeah.
what?
If you,
Yeah,
if
Oh
you
my
listeners,
gosh!
if you listeners would have seen the look on my face
Yeah,
when
I revealed
Westicles
that,
told
yeah.
me that he could tap into the Speed Force. What were you gonna say?
Gorilla Grodd is on my number 6.
Oh well, all right.
Yeah, it's coming right around.
Is
yeah.
he anybody? Is
I
anybody
love
else's
Grodd.
list?
No.
Grodd?
He's not on my list.
No, he's not on
He's
mine.
a, he's a
I gotta tell you though.
megalomaniac,
Gotta
and
tell you.
he's a brutal dictator.
I gotta tell you, of all the villains that are out there, and I've expressed this to you,
Yeah.
Westicles, he scares me the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I were to be face to face with any villain, Gorilla Grodd would scare me the most.
Yeah, he can put you through your worst fears, and while torturing you physically. He can torture you on every level. He can scheme your family into just horrid poverty and everything, while then forcing you to live your worst fears as he slowly breaks every bone in your body. He can do everything to destroy you completely.
You're not gonna get no arguments from me on that.
I
Man.
just want to know.
He's fucking scary.
I just want to know what the guy who created him was thinking. I mean,
I
he's a character. There's so much shit he can do.
Yeah.
It's so fucked up.
I wonder
And
if
it started
he was,
as just, a talking gorilla. Why
like,
not?
I really wonder if he was at like the zoo or something, like, or if he was just like thinking, like, because imagine how fucking scary it would be to be face to face with a silverback gorilla.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay, those things are territorial. Like, they're not the lazy things you see in a zoo.
Fuck no, they
No, they are aggressive. They're territorial. They are strong as fuck.
Yes.
They're agile. Blech. I'm not spending any time in the fucking Congo.
No
Like,
thanks.
no fucking thank you. I'm not getting picked up by an ankle and thrown fucking 30 feet.
Perhaps raped while you're
Right,
at
perhaps raped. Like, fuck that. It's not going down like that, okay? I'm not going out that way.
it. Not my thing.
Like, no. And so for them to embody that into a fucking villain that can do all that,
Yeah.
hello, worst fear realized. Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
He's not on my list because he's not one of my favorites, but he is probably, as far as I'm concerned, the scariest fucking thing I could run into in a back alley.
Right. He's not
Because, okay,
someone... Yeah.
like, think about it. Like, okay, if I run into, like, Bane, I know what's going to happen. He's going to break my fucking shit. Okay?
Yeah.
I can prepare for the physical pain. I mean, it's going to hurt, but I can,
Yeah.
like, mentally tell myself, like, this is going to hurt. Like, you know, if I run into anything, like, if I run into Thanos, right? It's like,
Oh, I blipped out of it.
right, like, well, I'm fucked. Like, I'm going to die.
Gorilla
Like,
Grodd
it might be painless if I'm lucky.
Yeah, if you're
You know,
lucky.
but like, or just even go grand scale. Like if Fin Fang Foom, like it's like, oh gosh, shit, I'm gonna get eaten. You know, like Grodd.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
You cross Grodd and your life will end
I
in
wouldn't
the
know.
worst way.
I wouldn't know what was gonna happen, and I'd be fucking horrible.
On a good day, he's really angry and just smashes you into the sidewalk.
Right, you
If
get him
you're
when he's
lucky.
in one of his rages, and you know, because he does go more bestial when he's in a rage.
Yes, that's one of his weaknesses. Is if he gets pissed off, he's
Yep.
really
and
not
he is
thinking
going
clearly.
to get pissed off. It scares me. It's fucking terrifying.
You're right.
Number 7 for me is the Mandarin.
Yeah.
I love Mandarin.
Right.
Just a page turner of a villain for me. I can't wait to see what he's going to do. And
Yeah.
it's always spectacular.
Those
It's
rings
never-
are awesome.
It's never boring.
Yeah, it's true.
So that's why he's number 7.
Despite the Asian stereotype, he's never.
Yeah.
really-
No,
It's
fuck
like-
it. I love the Fu Manchu.
Yeah,
Isn't it
I
great?
love it.
yeah.
All I think
love
is
it.
Flash Gordon.
Master of the Universe.
It always makes me think of him when I read it because he's got like the same damn Fu Manchu. Yeah.
He doesn't do this a whole lot though.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't do the whole
No.
stroking the Fu Manchu very often.
Nah.
When he does, Tony Stark makes fun of it.
Yeah, it's true.
It's
yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got? Number 6.
My number 6 is Venom.
Yeah.
Venom's also on my list.
Venom,
That's awesome.
he was a great villain. He was one of the first villains to really fuck with Parker's mind. You know,
True.
like he got in there and
Well,
fucking
physically,
almost and
physically, he was one of the first people to take on Parker.
yeah,
Yeah.
The physical aspect.
Really.
you know, and like he was one of the first that almost broke him.
Yep.
You know, he came really fucking close. You know,
He almost killed him.
yeah,
The first time they locked up, he almost killed him.
yeah. I mean, and you know, even though he went all hero and shit, and became anti-Venom and all that. I still don't like that. But he'll always be one of my favorite villains,
Yeah,
regardless.
I love that.
Yeah,
You know.
he's a good one.
Canary?
Gorilla Grodd.
Ah, yeah. We know
Grodd.
that, yeah.
I told you that.
Fair enough.
Yeah, really.
Gorilla Grodd. You did tell us that.
Yes, I did.
Is there anything you'd like to add to that? Or is there anything we can add?
Yeah, we covered it pretty
Covered
well.
it pretty well, man.
All right, well, Gorilla Grodd.
Didn't they add that he eats brains now?
No.
Into that?
We don't
Yeah,
need to
what?
add
It's
any more.
happening.
He eats
okay?
brains?
Jesus.
Yeah, he eats brains. He thinks he gains people's power from their brains.
He's got a tribal. Well, because that's
Yeah,
what it
he
is.
killed it- he
He's a
killed his-
dictator of his tribe, and they
Yeah.
adapted one of those tribal practices.
Wow, just when you think can't get any worse,
Yeah,
huh?
to take
Don't worry.
over
Yeah.
his tribe, he actually killed his own father and ate his brain.
Yeah.
How does Flash put up with that?
Well,
Well,
not
he
very
didn't-
well.
He doesn't
I'll
have
be
a. He doesn't have a fucking
No
choice.
fucking choice, man.
honest.
Like,
My number 6 is Bullseye.
Yeah. Ah.
yeah.
Yeah. Daredevil villain.
Yeah.
He's awesome, actually.
Yeah. Can't really.
Colin Farrell did a good job.
he was
Yeah,
fun.
he did.
It was so campy and fun. I liked it.
Yeah.
He wants a costume. That's all he wants out of life.
We split the damn paper clip and just shot it into the old lady's throat. I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
not necessary.
I thought the old lady shot with a peanut. I thought it was
Oh
the
yeah,
dude
the
in the
peanut.
bar.
No, it was the dude at the bar with the paper clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. But just come on, man. That's a little mean.
But that's Bullseye. He's a bastard.
Yeah,
He's mean.
He is.
Dick
That dude's a bully who can kill you. Like
with
easily.
anything.
Yeah, with anything.
Oh look, I have a cotton ball. Watch how aerodynamic it is in my hands. Right down your windpipe.
Fucker. He's one of those annoying villains.
He is
Like,
very
yeah.
annoying.
But he still gets shit done.
He
No,
does.
that's why he's annoying. It's just like, he killed another guy with fucking precision like no one's ever seen. Great. Can Daredevil, kill him already, would you? Like, it's...
He did.
He dropped him off a fucking building, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said,
I
I know
didn't
how
read that.
He's
that
like, I know
part.
how this is gonna go. You're gonna pull me up. You're gonna let me live. Why? And then he just drops him. Daredevil
Yeah, and
drops
then
him.
he went to the hospital and was about to shoot him and didn't.
Yeah.
But Deadpool almost killed him. He hit him with the truck or something. Was actually about to kill him, and he's like, "I'll give you money." Wired him a shit ton of money.
Money, you say? Like, all right, I can respect it. Number 6, Westicle.
My number 6 is another Flash villain. In fact, the arch nemesis, I would call him, really. Reverse Flash. Very few villains have done so much damage to so many heroes.
He's my number 3.
You're revealing too early now.
Yes.
But nonetheless, Reverse Flash, first of all, he tore Barry's life apart.
Yeah.
Actually,
Also,
in the Flash series on CW, is it?
yeah.
Perfectly.
I really like it. Well, they
like,
did kind
well
of
put.
the Professor Zoom version of it, sort of.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but it was
They
perfectly
did an
put.
interesting adaptation.
It was perfectly put though. When he's like, why'd you kill my mom? Because I hate you.
Yeah, that really is
Just
it.
plain and simple. Because I hate you.
Each Reverse Flash, save for Professor Zoom, is driven by a pure hatred for Barry Allen. Something that has happened that just put him on a villainous path, or
Which is
something like that.
crazy to me.
And
To
when I
hate
say,
somebody
Yeah.
that much.
yeah, and when I say Reverse Flash on my list, I'm actually including all of them, because truly they are just that big a threat.
Yeah.
They are, and the responsibility of the Flashpoint universe. Though yes, Flash made the pivotal decision, but who was truly behind it all falling apart?
Right.
Reverse Flash.
Yep.
Which Flashpoint, man, if you haven't read or watched Flashpoint Paradox or anything,
There's a world war,
It
and
is
people
awful.
are dead, and it just so many things go bad.
it's awful.
So why did
And he's really fucked with people
why did he help Flash out in the beginning anyway? If he only hates him so much.
because he needed him in the show. What it was, he needed him to get faster so that he could time travel back to his own time.
Yeah, because he loses
He was
his
stranded.
He
That was
loses
pretty
his
much the gist of it.
he loses his ability to harness the Speed Force.
Yes.
Like he can't generate it. He can use it, but he can't generate it.
Yeah, and
He
he has
needs the
essentially
Flash.
he needs to be in his own time. I don't know. This is fuzzy, but I think he needs to be in his own time or in a time where the Flash is.
Yeah. But a fully realized Flash, I
Yeah.
think.
Something along those lines, from what I can tell. But that's something that will probably get delved into next season of The Flash.
Hopefully.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
Though.
But yeah,
I love him as a villain.
Yeah.
Like I said, Flash to me has like the second best rogues gallery in all the hero-dom, because he's just got this amazing set of complicated, deep, interesting villains that are a true threat.
yeah, that much is true.
And Reverse Flash has the most emotional impact, like from what he has done on Flash, than pretty much like most villains I can even think of
Right.
on any given hero.
I agree.
Well, yeah, that was what I'm saying though. Like, I've never seen a villain hate their hero counterpart that much.
No.
He fucking hates Barry Allen
Yeah.
with a humongous passion.
Right.
It's ridiculous. My number 6 is Ozymandias.
Oh yeah. That's one that'll probably be on most of our
Fucking-
list too.
Well, first and foremost, he did exactly what he set out to do.
He did.
Not very many villains get that shit done.
Right.
He got it done before the heroes even knew what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, they figured it all out, and they're like, "We will stop you." And what did he say?
He's like,
"I did it 30 minutes
he's
ago."
like, what the fuck are you talking about? Stop me. Flip on a fucking channel, dipshit. Like,
"Yeah,
Yeah.
there's destruction everywhere right now.
he's a villain that won." And though in a weird, twisty, philosophical fuckery, he was trying to do the right thing,
I know.
and he accomplished it.
And he was so... It's so awesome that he was able to pull all that off. He pulled the wool over Dr. Manhattan's eyes.
Yeah,
Somebody who can see into infinite universes, infinite time streamlines, infinite everything,
Yeah, he figured out a way to block.
couldn't
this.
fucking see shit.
yeah,
That's... I mean, are you kidding me?
he got it figured out.
Of course he's on my top 10.
Yeah, just one of the best comics of all time. I can't not include the villain and one of the heroes on
You know
my
what's
respective
crazy?
lists.
You know what's crazy to me to think is like that's one comic,
Yeah, one
book,
single graphic novel.
one graphic novel, and we talk about it as if it's just as storied as.
It's
And it's
probably my
not
favorite
even
book
that
of all
long.
time.
It's like
Yeah.
13 issues.
No,
Yeah.
it's not very long, but
Yeah.
it's so deep, so interesting.
But we
Alan
talk about
Moore's
it
a
like
true god.
we talk about it like
I
we've
can't-
been talking about it like we've been reading it for as long as we've been reading everything
Yeah.
else.
I can't
Yeah.
think of any comic that 13 issues long that has had that kind of.
No,
impact.
no, and one of the only things I've read that has even remotely the impact to me is the Saga of the Swamp Thing,
Yeah,
which
is
again
Alan Moore.
Alan Moore.
Yeah.
Yep.
Saga of Swamp Thing is fucking great.
It's glorious.
I'll plug that in every one of these fucking fans'
One of
perspectives.
these days I'll eventually read it.
You should read it.
I've got it.
I know.
Number 5, Bulge.
My number 5 is Carnage.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Enough said.
For everything
He's
we've already
awesome.
talked about. I mean,
Again, I love these villains so much. It's just I consider them less slightly than ones I've picked above it. Carnage has always been one of my favorites. Always.
he's nasty.
Yeah,
I mean, there's what else can you say?
Nasty.
He's fucking nasty.
it is. That's
I mean-
true.
No, fair enough.
And he's such a symbol of my childhood.
Right.
I
Who you
played
got?
Maximum Carnage for
Loki.
days.
Loki, number 5 for Black Canary. All right then. Again, enough said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Loki.
he's
Do
awesome.
you have anything to add?
Best manipulator I can think of.
Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, he's a great portrayal.
I'm gonna add him in there too because he's like really made that part.
Yeah.
He's done well.
Yes.
All right. Number 5,
I have Doctor Doom.
Doctor Motherfucking Doom. I'm
Another
also
egomaniac.
my number 5.
Another egomaniac.
Also my number 5, Doctor Doom. Are you fucking kidding me with this guy?
He's my number 4.
Fucking master of mysticism,
Master of Science.
master of science.
Yeah,
Has
it's
his
like
own
the perfect
fucking
melody of
country.
both.
Yeah, runs his own.
Runs
country.
his own fucking country.
He goes somewhere else. He has diplomatic immunity. I mean, he's
and
number
can
1.
go toe to toe with any hero I can think of.
Yeah,
Any.
truly.
Number 1 on Shield's watch list.
Yeah, he
I
is.
He's just, like I said, with this fucking guy. Like, is
Yeah.
the best way I can describe
Uh-huh.
it. Like,
He's fucked with every major superhero group. in
Even
the Marvel
minor.
universe.
Oh,
even
yeah.
minor
ones,
Yeah,
yeah.
minor
I
ones
mean,
he's fucked
with
usually.
the X-Men, Fantastic Four, Avengers. I mean,
the list goes on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who is he not fucked with?
Exactly.
That's the question. That's the list.
He's
Who's he
fucked
not
with
fucking?
gods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
another thing that I find really interesting about it is, again, not to as much of an extent as some, but another villain with something of a set of honor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, for all his
I mean, he's done horrible things. He's even broken what he can consider as a code for power to try and get his goals done. But nonetheless,
Yeah.
90% of the time, he's
well, especially
pretty solid on
nowadays, the only thing you really like, everything he does is for Latveria nowadays. I mean, other than the occasional Tom fuckery for
that. Yeah,
the Tom
for
fuckery.
himself.
Yeah, just for the fuck of it. I mean, but yeah, for most of the time, it's Latveria.
Yeah.
He's been with Silver Surfer, hasn't he?
Huh.
Multiple occasions.
He's messed with
That's it.
everybody,
Like,
man.
On multiple occasions has he fucked with.
He's
Silver
messed
Surfer.
with almost every hero and
I remember
villain.
when he tried
Yeah.
to take the power cosmic from Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
That was fucking.
Yeah, he's done that shit.
I mean, yeah, he's messed with every fucking major hero and villain in the Marvel Universe.
That's the other thing about him. He fucks with villains on the occasion.
Yeah.
Well, he's fucked with Mephisto.
Yeah,
You know?
he
That's essentially
yeah.
the fucking devil.
yeah.
And he's
with
fuck you.
him and Doctor Strange when they
Yeah.
went to hell for
Yeah.
his wife and all
Was
that.
it his
Or
wife
no,
or
no,
mother?
mother. Sorry,
Yeah.
no. And he pulled the wool over Doctor Strange's eyes and tricked Mephisto.
Yeah.
And the same hand played. And it's just like nice,
Yeah.
good work.
You have to respect him.
Oh yeah.
Bastard though he is.
You got 5 Westicles.
My number 5 is I can't talk about my love for Swamp Thing and not include his most bastard of a villain, Anton Arcane.
Yeah.
He's a true bastard.
Anton Arcane.
That's what he is.
He just has no redeeming qualities.
No,
whatsoever.
none. He's this true bastard. He has manipulated his, daughter in the end. It just, poor Abby. Her life has
Her
just
whole
been
life.
destroyed. And then he's her uncle. Or it was what he really is, but I think it was shown to be his father at one point. I don't remember if that proved false or not. But what happened there is even weirder because Anton Arcane then manipulates the death of her husband, possesses her husband, proceeds to ruin her life from that angle, and just he's done despicable, awful things, and
He gets his
no
just desserts.
redeeming qualities.
Yes, he does.
He gets stuck in hell for eternity to watch the providence of his beloved Abby.
Yep.
Oh, I love it. And then in the New 52, when he's the avatar of the Black,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
he is
Rot,
just
yeah.
awful. Yeah, the Black, the Rot.
Yeah.
He's just truly
Fucking nasty.
awful and powerful, and oh, I love it. I revel in his awfulness because I hate him so much.
Fair enough. My number 5, as I said, was Doctor Doom.
Yeah, Dr. Doom.
Who you got? Number 4.
Doom was my number 4.
Doom. Doctor Doom. All right. Number 4.
Deathstroke.
Yeah.
Deathstroke. I
That's a
wouldn't.
good one.
I wouldn't necessarily put him very high on my list if he did make my top 10, but I can't argue with it.
Fuck no.
No. Who was it? I don't remember who was talking at the time. Maybe Batman or Wonder Woman. Someone was saying it that, no, truly, he's possibly the greatest tactician of all time, even over Batman.
Well, in one iteration, he took out the Justice League.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every
yeah.
one of them.
He's very capable of bringing down the entirety of the Justice League.
You know? I mean...
and I love his antagonistic turn toward the Titans, the
Yeah.
Teen Titans. He's extremely memorable as just their true nemesis.
Even though he was going by the name Slade.
Well, that's just in the cartoon.
Yeah, that's
I
just.
know.
Yeah.
I know.
I actually thought that was a good cartoon.
I did too. I
It's a
enjoyed
great
it.
cartoon. One of the last great cartoons on superheroes. Though we've gotten a few recently.
Did you like the moment of silence right there we all took for our 90s
Yeah.
cartoons?
For our fallen, comrades.
The fall from grace that the
Yeah.
comic book cartoons.
We
get.
still get them though, and then
They tried.
We get 2 seasons of Young Justice, it gets canceled. So I mean, I can't
Well,
hold out much.
Wolverine and the X-Men.
Ah!
Wolverine and the X-Men
They
was
were
the closest.
setting up so well.
You know what? This pisses me off too, because every fucking time that Apocalypse shows up,
Cancel.
they cancel the show.
It's
Every
happened at least 2
fucking
times I can
time.
think
It's like, damn it.
Wolverine in the future had an army of fucking X-23s, man.
Yeah.
of.
How badass is that?
Wait, but Wolverine and the X-Men was the closest that we've gotten to 90s for X-Men, the animated series.
Yeah.
Canceled it after
I've heard.
fucking 2 seasons. You sons of bitches. And then Young Justice, again, reminded me of the,
Glorious.
you know, I mean, I know it went into the 2000s, but the 90s Justice League cartoon, Young Justice,
Yeah.
came close to that, and then they
Yeah.
fucking canceled it. Stop ruining my days, you sons of bitches. And we haven't had anything close to Batman.
No.
Why the fuck is Teen Titans Go still on fucking TV?
I don't know.
It's such a fucking disgrace.
I
Get rid
remember
of it.
hearing, you know, the rumor that they're bringing Teen Titans back, and they're with the original voice
So
actors
happy,
and
so
everything.
happy.
And I was like, "Are you fucking serious?" And then you get that fucking cutesy, cel shaded
Yeah.
bullshit.
The good
Of
news,
course, Dick.
we are still getting a live action TV show.
True, and I believe we've talked about that.
We have,
in
we have.
previous podcasts.
But yeah, Deathstroke is an awesome villain overall. I mean,
He is.
he's
Yeah, I
a
remember
vicious
him.
mercenary.
Again, another one of those who's fucked with almost everyone in the DC universe
Yeah.
at one point in time.
Yeah, I remember him shooting Kid Flash in the fucking kneecap.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just like,
Yeah.
that's fucking brutal.
Well, how else do you stop a fucking speedster?
Yeah.
Take
Yeah.
away his ability
Take
to run.
out his
That's the
kneecap.
Well, you gotta think though, like if that was like Flash, like he would have just vibrated through that, like he wouldn't have got shot. But he shot Kid Flash in the kneecap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't learned that fucking trick yet. Blam!
Yeah,
Uh,
always wanted to do this. Bang! Like fuck. Stings, doesn't it?
Ouchies.
It's my
Ouchie.
favorite. It's my favorite part of Slade. Will he's such a dick about it.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, he'll just like shoot somebody like, yeah, no, it stings. It sucks. I've been shot before.
Cry
Hurts.
about it.
Who do you got?
What number are we on?
Number
4.
4.
I have Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Again, another one of those that
I love him.
there isn't much else you can say
Nah,
about
he's
him.
pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
And I mean, we got the Age of Apocalypse out of him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
which
just
yes.
is awesome alternate
Yes, I
timeline.
swear to God, this will be Fox, so cancel it. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Cyclops.
Age of Apocalypse
Yeah.
movie
Fucking-
canceled.
Yeah, Age of Apocalypse
Gambit
canceled.
leading a team of X-Men.
It's so cool.
Hey, but you know what? If that
Can't wait.
happened,
Can't wait.
if that happened, that would pretty much be like Fox would have no choice but to sell X-Men back to Marvel.
They would. They would have no choice.
So it's kind of like a double-edged sword there.
No, I want Apocalypse.
I want it. Age
No.
of Apocalypse.
I want it, but
next year.
at the
I'm
same
happy.
time, I think I'd rather have X-Men back in the Marvel.
I understand that.
I get
I'm
that.
I would
excited with
sacrifice
what
the
they've
movie because
I
Marvel
will
would do
not,
it
damn
eventually.
it. No.
Yeah. Apocalypse has to happen before that does.
Yes. They have to.
Maybe it'll happen, and then they'll sell
Yeah,
them.
Maybe the
I
movie
doubt
will be
it.
brilliant,
I
but
know.
it'll flop.
I doubt it.
Probably not. It'll probably be a
gonna be
big
fucking
fucking
amazing,
success,
dude.
and it's gonna rule.
It's gonna be amazing, and we're all gonna fucking love it, and we'll never get to see fucking X-Men and Avengers.
And it's
ever.
because they did a good job. Damn it!
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
exactly.
dare you?
You
You-
bastards! How could you?
Yeah. Who you got, Westicles? Number 4.
My number 4 is Ozymandias for
Fair enough.
previously stated reasons of true bastard, did the right thing in the worst way imaginable. It's awful. World peace, but at what cost?
Yeah. My number 4 is Venom. When I was a kid, like, it's for mostly nostalgia purposes, when I was a kid, Venom was just, like, the most awesome thing I think I'd ever seen on TV.
You were super excited when he
And
showed
it
up in
was
an
so
episode.
cool. Yeah, whenever he showed up, it was like shit just got real for Parker.
Yeah.
Like, and a whole lot of the Spider-Mans, like, until they got into the Sinister Six storyline, not a whole lot of villains in the Spider-Man animated series from back then made you think, like, oh, this is gonna be a good episode. Like, because it was like,
Yeah.
fuck Scorpion, fuck Shocker.
Yeah, right.
Like, you know, but then it was like,
Rhino, come on.
yeah, then
Really?
Venom showed up, and you're like, shit just got real,
Yeah.
bitches. Which it reflected the comic books. And a lot of the comics and a lot of the Spidey comics, you know, especially at that time, it was kind of villain flavor of the week kind of thing. It was just
Yeah.
like, who's he going to beat this time? And then Venom showed up, and it was like,
Yeah,
oh,
it
shit.
is on a different level.
Now we're getting... You knew it was going to be at least a 2-issue thing with Venom.
Yeah.
So, for those reasons and all those we said previously, Venom is
Yeah.
my number 4. Number 3.
My number 3 is Mr. Freeze.
Mr.
Yeah.
Freeze.
There's,
He is like he's one of my favorite neutral villains.
yeah, it's
you
what
know?
he is.
Because I mean, he is. He calculates everything that he does, and he does it for a reason. It's not to be overtly evil
Yeah, that's true.
or anything. He does it because he feels that he needs to do it.
Yeah.
You know.
He only does what he thinks is absolutely necessary in his quest to cure his wife.
Can that guy just get his wife, please?
Yeah,
Right,
can we
I
get a
know.
break?
Can,
And
can
you
he
get-
just
you
can
feel
Nora
so
please
bad
be
for him.
alive?
That was one of the things that disappointed me the most with the New 52 is they changed his origin.
Yeah, it was a little less complicated.
Like, I mean,
Well,
you
I- I
feel-
was
They
sad.
made it where she wasn't even his wife.
Yeah,
She was just a woman that had been cryogenically frozen and had a disease, and he
yeah.
wound up working for Bruce Wayne's company and became obsessed with her.
Yeah, and it really messed with how great a villain Freeze actually
It
is.
made him not as likable.
That just makes him crazy, really.
He's
Yeah,
one of
it
very
just
few-
makes him a
ruined
fucking
his
nut
character
job.
a little bit.
He's one of very few villains that you can root for.
He got his own Batman animated movie
Yeah,
oh
Sub-Zero.
man,
Yeah, which was
Sub-Zero.
really good.
where he fucking
Awesome.
he just retreated to the fucking North Pole. He didn't want to fuck with nobody. He wanted
Yeah.
to be left alone, and they came after him.
Yep.
You know, and I love that about him because he's one of my favorite Batman
That,
villains. There's
that,
only
that
one
movie
other
made
one.
me feel even worse for him though, because you're right.
Yeah.
He was at the North Pole. He just didn't want to be fucked
Minding
with.
his own damn business.
They
pretty
went. They
much.
went after him for what?
I only have one Batman villain that actually ranks higher for me than Mr. Freeze,
Yeah.
And we
you
can
know.
all imagine.
and
I'm
we can all
sure.
know who that is.
I'm sure we know.
So yeah, all right. Well, Mr. Freeze, who do you got?
Number 3.
Reverse Flash.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Awesome.
It's good stuff.
Yeah,
He's a great villain.
Yeah.
causes a lot of tragedy.
It's a tragedy, baby. Pretty much. Do you have anything you'd like to add to the Reverse Flash?
No, really, pretty much everything Westicle said.
All right, fair enough.
He
Yeah.
covered it really well.
Yeah.
All of these villains can be summed up by General Tom Fuckery.
General Tom Fuckery. Who's the best at General Tom Fuckery?
Yeah.
Let's find out.
Yeah, let's find out. Who was your favorite General Tom Fuckery?
You're number 2 or number 3.
It's a number
General
2.
Tom
What?
Fuckeriest.
Yes.
Ozymandias.
Ozymandias,
Yeah.
the king of Tom
Wow.
Fuckery.
Yeah.
Like, that's well. I've really of all the villain schemes, like his really is Tom Fucker.
Well, I mean,
It
Like,
is.
he had one fucking goal,
Yeah.
And he
actually
accomplished
pulled it off.
He did it. World peace. And
He only had to get his actual hands dirty once.
yeah.
He had to kill
Solely
the comedian.
Yeah. Well, and if you count it, he tried to kill Manhattan again. And of course, the fact that I would call killing millions getting their hands dirty too. So I would say 3 times.
Yeah, but the thing about that is though, like only the select people are gonna know that he did that.
Yeah, it's true.
He got like I'm talking about literal blood on his hands.
He killed his cat.
Oh well, you know,
I like the cat.
So that-
Poor Boobastis.
he didn't want to do that.
No.
He didn't do it on purpose. I'm just saying that he literally went in and beat the shit out of the comedian,
Yeah, I did.
chucked him out a fucking window.
Yep.
So, with one goal and you only had to really get your hands dirty once,
Impressive.
it's impressive shit.
The fact
Yeah.
that you were able to pull it all together, mastermind it with no interference, truly.
Yeah, none.
Yeah.
He gave a woman cancer.
Yeah.
What a jackass.
Yeah.
Like,
Hired an assassin only to kill him himself.
Yeah.
That was kind of mean.
killed the assassin himself. Fucker. He probably paid him obscene amounts of money to do it, too.
Yeah, didn't that?
Here's a fuck ton of money. You won't be needing.
Yeah.
Make sure, I'm going to pay you in cash. Make sure your wife gets this.
Yeah. Be sure the bank account's in both your names.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Why? You'll find out. General insurance purposes. You know, you
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah,
Like,
you know.
when he was signing the assassin's contract. Who's your insurance provider? Okay.
Pyramid International.
Number 3.
My number 3 is Green Goblin.
Gabi.
Another megalomaniac, psychopath.
Which
Norman Osborn. Crazy motherfucker.
He has like a split personality, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah, that was from the drugs. Yeah.
And man, do I love Willem Dafoe's portrayal.
Willem Dafoe was so awesome as
He
Goblin.
was an amazing goblin.
Dafoe's
He was.
awesome at
He
most
is.
everything.
But I just love him. He's though it is technically Spider-Man's fault in a way, he is still the man who killed Gwen Stacy. One of the most impactful deaths in
He
comic
did
history.
it. He did it so that he would kill her. He
Yeah.
knew that
It's
the
so
impact
awful.
would kill her.
It's
Broke
so-
her fucking neck.
Oh.
I tell you what, I almost cried in theater, man. I was like,
Oh yeah, the
"No."
second spot. Yeah.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And as soon as she almost hit the ground, I was like, she's dead.
Yeah.
No! I was like in the theater, like, no. I even remember there was a person to my right, like, oh, that's all right, she's okay. And I was like, no, she's not. No, she's not. She's fucking dead.
And yeah, and for a lot of the same reasons I like Reverse Flash so much with Flash,
Mm-hmm.
I like Green Goblin for Spider-Man because
Exactly.
again, who has caused him probably the most emotional trauma?
Yeah.
Especially
Oh,
with
Goblin
Wrecked his
by far.
life repeatedly.
Goblin by far.
I mean, save for Mephisto ripping him and Mary Jane apart, there's no more trauma that I can't think of anyone who's caused the more trauma to his life.
Especially with the
Yeah.
stuff with Aunt May.
But Mephisto, that was willing. I can't
Yeah.
call it a villain move.
Yeah, Black Canary just brought up an awesome point. The shit with Aunt May
Yeah,
Being in
yeah.
the hospital?
takes
he's not. He's
Takes a
willing to do
special-
whatever.
takes
Yeah.
a special villain to torture an old lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, once Osborn figured out that Parker was Spider-Man, it was fucking.
Yeah.
It was
Oh, man.
bad news.
How'd you say you got that? How'd you say you got that cut? Like messenger, clip me.
Yeah. And then also, great aesthetic. I mean, come on, one of the more iconic villain weapons ever, pumpkin bomb
Yeah,
And the
Fucking
fucking
bomb.
glider,
Fucking bomb.
man.
and a glider. Yeah, it's awesome.
good stuff.
I like
Yeah.
the glider, the spikes that come out the front.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's just a great villain, and in every imagining of him. And another thing is, and I can't just call him by Green Goblin either, because the shit he's done outside of the Green Goblin persona, like the Dark Avengers, he was Iron Patriot.
The Dark Avenger, that mother.
Oof.
Oh, that was an awesome storyline.
Yeah, it was some cool shit. And Norman Osborn is just. He's another one that actually managed to transcend just being
Ragnarok-
Spider-Man's villain.
When Ragnarok killed that guy, and
Uh,
everybody was like, "Thor, you son of a bitch!" Like,
Yeah,
that was awesome stuff.
but yeah, I love Norman Osborn. He's definitely one of the higher impactful villains.
Good stuff.
Mhm.
Number 3 for me is Magneto,
Ah,
Yeah.
he'll be
master
coming
of
around.
magnetism.
Yeah,
Fucks with Wolverine.
another one of those
Again.
villains you almost want to root for because society just threw mutants away, and it just reminds
And
me
he
of the
tried everything he
Holocaust.
does.
And
Well, that's the
Yeah.
thing. What's
he's
one of
just
the
trying to
biggest
save
things,
mutants, but unfortunately, society makes it pretty clear.
One of the biggest things
He-
with him is
that
that
might
he
be
was
the way.
there. The Holocaust.
Yeah,
He lived that,
yeah,
and then he's doing everything he can to make sure that doesn't happen again.
yeah.
That in and of itself creates such an interesting character. But you add into the fact that he's a supervillain on top of it, and like there's reason to everything he does.
It's a rare villain that's deeper than
Oh, man.
Magneto.
Yeah.
Hell, it's a rare fucking character.
Yeah, Magneto is one of the deepest characters in
Yeah.
all of comic books.
And his friendship that he maintained to the end with Charles
Yeah.
Xavier.
I know, right? His biggest rival.
Yeah.
I mean,
His biggest rival is his truest friend.
Yeah.
And that never changed, really.
No, never. Not like. And when Charles died, like
It wrecked
oh
him
man, he
just as much as the
the
X-Men.
emotional trauma that Magneto went through for that. Like,
yeah.
I don't even think the X-Men understand.
Yeah.
Like
The depth of their
the
relationship.
depth. Yeah. Well, I don't even like all the trauma the X-Men went through. I think that Magneto went through even worse than they did.
Yeah. Because
Well, he
he's
knew-
known them longer than
Yeah,
any of
he
them.
knew Xavier for so long. I mean, he knew Xavier back before Xavier was paralyzed.
Yeah.
He needed Xavier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like much like we've talked before about maybe not on this podcast. We've talked before. I know extensively between me and Westicles here. The dichotomy that is Batman Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much they need each other. That's Xavier Magneto.
Yeah.
They need each other.
It's true. And Magneto does kind of go unhinged
Yeah.
because of it.
He kind of goes a little insane.
He's got some questionable things that happen. I don't know, House of M.
Yeah, how
Not directly his influence per
yeah,
se,
not
but
really.
he goes with it.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
your
shit.
that's your
That's
goal
his-
realized. Like,
The
That's
House
his
of M.
fucking
The House of
utopia.
M is the House of Magnus,
yeah,
and
that's a good storyline.
It
Yeah,
is.
it is.
Who do you got for number 2?
My number 2 is Green Goblin.
Goblin.
Here we go.
Fair enough. Who's your number 2?
Riddler.
The Riddler.
Wow. That's number 2?
So fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see it. I can see it though because he's an intellectual villain.
He is. And that's one of the reasons why I respect him. Is because he's not physical at
Not
all.
at all. No.
I mean, they've tried to make Riddler
he's
physical.
hit people with his cane. He's
I
had
mean-
a couple gadgets over the years.
But like
He's
it all
not a
boils down to
physical
his
person.
best weapon is his brain.
Yeah.
You know, and you see that on display all
Yeah.
the time.
I almost
When he
feel
goes up
bad
and
for the
down.
guy too because it's true. His best weapon's his brain, but he is so clearly
But he puts
outclassed.
Batman. He puts Batman through hell.
Yes, he does.
I
Oh no,
mean-
he's one of very few again that matches him intellectually.
He gets underestimated sometimes.
All the
A lot,
time.
He always
actually.
gets
He
underestimated.
always gets
And
underestimated.
that's one of his greatest weapons. But then it always boils down to he gets cocky and he gets overconfident, and then that
Uh-huh.
ends up being his downfall.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And it was kind of fun. Recently, actually, I've been watching some more of Young Justice. I brought it up earlier. And there's the episode with the prison break.
Yeah, we just.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with Captain Cold, Mr. Freeze, and all that. But it was kind of funny to me at the end because Riddler's kind of bullied a little bit in the episode by the other inmates.
Yep.
And then at the end of the episode, it's all gone down and shit, and they're like, okay, everyone was contained. Wait, where's Riddler? Riddler got out!
Yeah.
he thought his way through people that disregarded him entirely's plan.
Right.
He just thought his way out of prison during it.
Yep.
And it's kind of brings him together.
The
there. I
dude's
love
pretty epic.
Has anyone seen the,
Smart guy.
the meme floating around on Facebook with Riddler and Batman?
What?
it. What?
He's standing there with Batman. He's like, Batman, riddle me this. What is it?
Oh no, yeah. What walks down what goes down an alley and is full of and has
yeah.
holes in it?
He's like,
And
my
my
parents.
parents. Oh God, no! I meant a bowling ball.
That was
That's a good meme.
That's-
Yeah,
that's-
that
that's
cracked
awful.
me up.
that's awful. It's hilarious. It's awful. All right, Riddler. Number 2.
I have Robot from Invincible.
I am behind that decision. Robot is an incredibly, and the thing is, his villainous turn is so quick and recent and masterful.
Yeah, I mean, you knew when they introduced him, even as a hero, that something wasn't quite right there.
Yeah, something was always kind of off.
Yeah.
Though he was the driving force behind their technology progressing
Yeah.
and
So, I mean,
so much else, and he held the team together on
I
more
think
than one
everybody
occasion.
kind of overlooked his eccentricness because, I mean, you got to look at it from the fact that he's a grown man in almost like a childlike baby body
Yeah, this deformed
who
little
has
body.
never really been around people.
Yeah,
So they just kind of
and the fact that
he's a
he
little weird.
appeared to be a true hero
Yeah.
for so long.
And then for him to just be like, oh, well, I'm the only one who can actually save the world because I'm smartest one.
By Doctor Dooming it,
Yeah, he literally wipes out half the heroes, you know, and puts the rest into slavery to
and,
do what he
and
wants
then
to
even
do.
more here, and the most biggest threat to his plan, strands him in an alternate universe with the intention of him dying.
Yeah, and then when he gets out, it's like, oh, well, you're still going to try to fight me? I'm going to rip your pregnant wife's leg off and throw her across the room.
Yeah, and
Like,
he's
that's
just
some fucked up
brutal.
shit.
Truly
That is fucked
brutal.
up shit.
Robot is just he's a complex and interesting character, but it boils down to his true villain turn lately.
Mhm. I'm curious to see where they take it.
They've got some more to go with. I can't wait for Kirkman to keep pushing.
Yeah, I don't think the next volume comes out until July.
That's far too long for my liking.
Number 2.
Yeah, my number 2 is Magneto. As for the mentioned reasons.
Yep. My number 2 is a 2-parter. And I didn't expect to like this character as much as I did when I was introduced to him. But for all the reasons that I'm sure that he's people's number 1, I've got the Joker at number 2.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, this is a 2-parter. Also, Mr. Sinister.
Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
Sinister is much more of an intricate and integral part of the Marvel Universe than I ever thought possible until I started reading.
True.
Yeah.
Hope Summers Sinister had a hand in that.
Yeah.
Apocalypse coming back every time almost
Yeah.
is Mr.
Sinister.
Sinister. Sinister also during I believe it was the Skrull invasion, or maybe it was the Kree. Took a handful of mutants and people and preserved them so that he could maintain both the human and the mutant races.
Yeah.
As much of a bad guy as Sinister is, the depths of his character astounded me. Once I started reading about him and reading what he is, he's as fucking maniacal as they come. Like,
Yeah.
that guy doesn't give a fuck about who he hurts or what happens as a result of his actions. The only thing he gives a
Yeah.
fuck about is what he wants. Whatever he wants done, he's going to make sure that it gets done. But on the same token, he has the big picture in mind. To a
Yeah.
point to where he's almost at Loki caliber. Not quite there,
No.
but he is a big picture villain.
It's kind of like if Loki was a mad geneticist.
Yeah, but that's another thing. Like, not only is he a mutant that has, like, vampiric,
Yeah.
abilities as well
Which
as...
were Apocalypse granted.
Right, but as well as, his intellect level, like, his genius intellect is one of the things that people don't take into account,
Yeah.
which is a shame. Because I feel like if he had more of a spotlight, there'd be a lot more interesting and deeper storylines in the Marvel Universe if he was spotlighted.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I was first introduced to Mr. Sinister, which admittedly was on the show, the 90s animated show, I thought he was just, going to be another run-of-the-mill X-Men villains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck was I wrong when I started reading this guy.
Yeah.
If you haven't read anything with Mr. Sinister, do yourself a big favor and read it. It's good shit.
He's an interesting villain. He always
But,
has been.
yeah, I have the Joker as number 2, but / Mr. Sinister.
Yeah.
Because
It
I
kinda
really-
does that. If
I
he
really
had the
couldn't-
spotlight, he really could fit.
I
there,
really
but-
couldn't pick once I'd read, but like if he had more of a spotlight, I guarantee you he would have been on probably all of yours top 10s.
That might have been, yeah.
Because Mr. Sinister as his base character is fucking the potential of that guy is epic. And the stuff that he's done is really fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But-
But he's a very behind-the-scenes villain,
Right.
and a lot of times he does end up working for someone else, so he's really overlooked.
But that's what I'm saying. If he was able, if they were able ever to give him that main event player villain spotlight, oh man, he'd shine like big time. So it's Joker, but / Sinister.
Right.
But Joker for whatever reasons you guys are going to give me for your number 1.
Yeah. Except for one, at least.
All right, so let's just go ahead
For
and,
me.
and see this. Who has Joker as their number 1? I do.
Me.
All right,
Okay, so 3 of us 5 have Joker as
So
number
let's
1.
go through the people that aren't Joker,
yeah, and
and
then
then
we'll
we'll
do
just
Joker.
say the little capstone on why.
All right,
Joker.
so who's your number 1?
Harley Quinn.
Well, all right
Joker's
then.
woman.
Kind of goes hand in
Yeah,
hand.
Yeah.
it fits. I mean,
Okay, so 3.5 of the 5 have the Joker.
yeah, right.
Because, well, Harley Quinn, for those of you who don't know, was actually introduced in the 90s
Animated Batman.
animated
yeah.
series. She was an original villain who made her way on
She was really popular
to the comic book pages.
because she's fun. She's a great compliment to
She
Mr.
has
J.
gotten so much better since she got put on the page
Yeah.
though. Like, yeah, she was fun, but let's all face it, she's campy as fuck in the
Yeah.
90s
Yeah.
show. You know,
They gave her a lot more depth in the comics.
when they put her on paper, holy fuck did she become a character.
Yeah, and she's one of very few villains who's actually held her own series.
Yeah. She's got her own series, and it works.
She's hilarious.
She's interesting to
She
read.
is funny.
She is interesting to read. A lot of people forget that this woman has a PhD.
Yeah.
She was a psychiatrist.
She's
a lot smarter
not.
than
She's
people
not
give
stupid
credit.
at all.
No matter how much she'll play up that she is.
Yeah.
At times.
Yeah. Well, but that's the whole point.
She tends to have a head over the people that
Why do you?
think
I mean,
that
why do
they
you think
underestimate
Joker?
her.
Why do you
Well-
think Joker likes her?
Yeah.
Well, if anyone
That's one.
remembers the old Birds of Prey TV series, she was the main villain
Yeah.
No.
in that series.
Yeah, she was.
Granted, it was only like 13 episodes, but
Yeah. Well.
because that it just
Story
went
of our
the-
lives now. Like,
Right,
Yeah.
it went the way of the superhero shows during that time. The only one that was truly successful was Smallville at the time.
Yes.
But they were building her up to be the main villain.
Yeah.
You know,
Which would have been actually a good call, I think.
Yeah. I think
that
it would.
show basically started with the Killing Joke.
yeah.
You know, I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
Yeah.
true.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
All right, then. My number one is Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've expressed this to you, Westicles, on many occasions. Apocalypse, I can't not love that character.
Oh, yeah.
He's essential to the Marvel universe.
Yeah, from like all the way back to slightly pre-Egyptian times.
Like, he's the first mutant. And that alone makes him one of the most integral parts
Mm-hmm.
of
Yeah.
the Marvel Universe. Second of all, you have to think so grand scale as far as villains to find a more fucking devastating villain
Right.
than Apocalypse.
You have to almost go cosmic level.
You have to. You don't almost. You have to. Especially in the Marvel Universe, as far as villains are concerned, I mean, who the fuck can touch him?
Yeah.
Like, that Apocalypse should be more than an X-Men villain.
Yeah.
He
He really should.
that guy should be an Avengers villain.
I agree.
That guy should be in every single hero villain. Because if he ever were to, and we're going to kind of see that, we've seen it in alternate universes like Age of Apocalypse,
Yeah,
etc.
where he rules the world.
Look at if he ever gets to that point, and it's not an alternate universe, holy
Uh-huh.
fuck! Like, Mutant Registration Act be damned as far as the level of impact
Yeah, no
Yeah.
shit.
that would happen if Apocalypse ever rose to power and supremacy.
Yeah.
Holy fuck! Not to mention, like, as far as character is concerned, he doesn't have a whole lot,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
But as far as villains are concerned, Apocalypse is the last face I want to see
Ruling the world.
when, like when the proverbial red phone rings.
Yeah.
Apocalypse is the last fucking name I want to hear.
What
Right.
fucking loophole do I have to jump
Right.
through to put him
Oh.
down
What
temporarily?
do we- yeah, you can't beat him.
Yeah.
He's coming back. It doesn't matter what you do, he's coming back.
Yep.
But you add on top of an immortal being who was the first mutant, you add on to him alien tech.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It takes a whole squadron of X-Men, and more often than not, also the Brotherhood of Mutants to even fucking scratch the guy,
Yeah.
let alone beat him. It usually
And-
takes some kind of fucking alternate reality or fucking reality-altering gun to throw him into another dimension, and hopefully those people can take care of him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, that's really what it is. You got to think about that in the context of villains. Okay, like you guys said, Joker. All it would take would be all it would take really would be one flick of the wrist of a hero to kill that guy.
True.
Yeah.
You know, like the reason that most people, myself included, love the Joker is it's his character. Like
Yes.
how deep they've written that guy, and because the guy's fucking insane.
Yeah.
You know, like his level of brutality is bar none. You know, it's next to none. It's near the top. But like I said, one flick of the wrist, Batman can kill him.
Yeah.
You can't fuck with Apocalypse.
No.
You have to throw him into another reality, or you have to do something like that
Something horribly dramatic.
in
Just
order to get rid of
ridiculous.
the guy.
Yeah.
I love him. I can't get enough of reading. Like whenever he's in any comic, like I can't not read it. I can't. I've walked away from Joker comics before. Like more of the same shit for me. Like I don't know why. I don't know why, but like when it comes to Apocalypse, even though it is more of the same shit for the most part, I can't not read it. I love him. I love that character, and I wish he was a grander scale villain. I wish that he was in more than just X-Men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen that they introduced his clone as a good guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's actually a pretty decent character. I like him.
I'm excited. I hope they're building to a really interesting climax for that.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that something comes out, and as X-Men comics are wont to do, make everything really complicated for a little while, and have Apocalypse come to bear as a Avengers villain. I hope something happens like that, and I'm not saying the clone
Well, it
becomes,
very well could,
because
because,
I'm
you know,
appreciative
they
of the
have-
fact that they're trying to make him a good guy.
They have that
I wanna
Uncanny
see it.
Avengers now, where it's a
Yeah.
team of both.
Yeah,
So
I hope
it
so.
might be.
I hope so.
that would be
because
really cool.
He
I hope
deserves
so.
it. He deserves it.
I think they're trying to go through a long arc of building him up to be a better character than he's known to be, so that he can make a final turn as a bigger villain.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I would love that.
So, in summation, Apocalypse is the shit.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
That's why it's number one.
Yeah.
All right, Joker.
But I know we've said a lot of things before. There's not a lot that needs to be said. But the darkness, the cheesiness, the humor, the dichotomy of him and Batman. The Joker is a villain that's truly capable of being anything within the page.
Probably the deepest comic book character there is.
Yeah, he's got a deep character origin. I mean, I go by Killing Joke. Alan Moore's brilliance, again, shining to be the pinnacle.
Right.
I love the failed comedian, where everything fell apart that day.
Yep.
And all it takes is that little push
Yep.
to make the man crack.
I don't know if I'd consider that a little push, though.
No,
Like
but that's the Joker's stick.
He got fucked up.
Yeah.
That sucks.
All it takes is a bad day and a little push.
Yep. And that's a bad day.
That's a real bad day.
Fuck Alexander. That's a bad day.
Yeah.
Alexander and the terribly, horribly,
Terribly,
no
horribly,
good, very bad
yeah.
day. Yeah. For those of you who don't know what I'm saying when I say Alexander,
Yeah, I got it.
yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Making sure our listeners understand.
Yeah, here we go.
Because some of them,
Yeah.
like, I could just see somebody flipping through their comic books like, who the fuck is Alexander? It's a children's book. Like,
You know, and Joker too. I mean, he's fucked with so many people in the DC universe,
Yeah.
not just Batman.
Again, yeah,
I mean,
huge impact.
if you read the Injustice,
oh, the Injustice comic?
he killed.
Yes.
He made Superman kill Lois.
Yeah, he tricked him into thinking Lois was Doomsday, and
And
Superman ripped Lois apart
Yeah.
without even knowing.
You know, of course, you know Joker gets killed for that.
Yeah,
You
he
know,
does.
by
Oh,
Superman.
yeah,
Superman fucking
kills him. But
offs his ass, which starts the whole Injustice story arc. But you know, like the fact that he was willing to go after Superman
such a horrible way.
in such a horrible fucking.
In
Oh,
the
not to
worst
mention
way.
part of that is also bombing Metropolis.
Yeah. I mean, not only does it prove like
He
it
set
shows-
off a nuke in Metropolis
yeah,
and killed Lois Lane.
the same
Yeah.
fucking
Then
day.
he made Superman do it.
I mean, it not only shows his brutality,
Oh god.
but it shows his insanity as well.
Yeah.
That he was willing to do that. You know, and
Yeah, he didn't give a fuck about any of it either.
he didn't care. He knew going into it that
Oh, he
Superman
knew he
was
was
going
going
to
to
kill
die.
him.
He knew he was going to die.
He knew he was going to die. He's like, "Fuck it, Batman ain't going to do it, so you might as well do it, Soup." You know,
No,
and
no,
that's literally
that's the thing. He did it. It was his one
Actually-
last thing to fuck with Batman.
yeah. You
Yeah.
can't save me, Bruce.
Yeah.
Here it goes, and Superman did it. You know, I mean, like
Yeah.
that.
Started the war.
Yeah, you know, it was Joker's.
It was his one last
It
middle
was his
finger.
last punchline, you know, for that story arc, and it was great. I mean, it happened right in the beginning, but it set off the whole chain of events that makes up that story arc.
Yeah.
You know, and it was great. If you haven't read Injustice,
The thing about Joker is pick a storyline.
yeah,
Yeah.
just pick one.
It's
Pick
not
one.
one. It's not
Death
one.
of the Family,
Pick one.
Killing Joke.
Pick one. All you have to do is pick up any comic
Dark
that
Knight
has
Returns.
the Joker in it, and you're instantly sold. You're hooked. He's great in every single page he graces.
And there's not many villains you can say that about.
Oh no.
No.
You know, he's one of the few that you can say, like, oh, Joker's in this one. This is going to be a good issue. You know, this is going to
Yeah.
be a good story arc.
You know
because-
it's going to be.
because it involves Joker.
Yeah.
You know, and that's true for
Even
everyone.
old school Joker. Like
yes,
fucking
even the
yeah,
old school Joker.
explosive pies, you know,
Yeah.
poison flowers, like
But that's
those.
That's
even
part
those,
of the
thing,
fun.
yeah.
even those were the favorite issues back
Yeah.
then, because it was like, well, Batman's gonna take
And for
some
me,
fucking
those
acid to the face.
are some of my favorites.
The clown prince.
You know,
of
but
Guam.
then again, I like the more campy Joker. You know, I like,
I love all
you
of
know,
it so much.
but I love Joker no matter what he's been in. Like even
That's
after he
exactly
got his
it.
face cut off and stapled back on.
Oh, and
You know-
yeah, death of the family.
yeah. You know, Joker.
Well,
Even
and think about, we were talking earlier, too, about a villain hating his hero that much. He doesn't even hate Batman.
no, he don't.
He loves him.
And he beats his fucking... He beats him to death with a fucking crowbar.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
In just enough time for Batman to show up to not be able to save him.
yeah.
And he loves the guy. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Imagine if he hated him.
Imagine what he would do if he hated Batman. Do you guys? And we've talked a lot about the
Yeah.
'90s animated show. When there's the death of the Bat, quote unquote, when he killed the guy who did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he thought he killed Batman, and he killed the goon that killed Batman.
Yeah.
That was great.
We are gathered here today on the worst fucking day ever. Like, it was so sad.
He had a
You
whole
know-
eulogy.
Yeah.
And that is what would really happen.
Yeah.
You know, if that happened, you know, if someone else offed Batman.
Yeah.
He would be so depressed.
And like the Dark Knight Returns, when
I honestly
Batman
think-
retires,
yeah.
he goes comatose practically,
Yeah.
catatonic. He's useless.
When Batman,
he
when
has
Batman
nothing
retires,
to care for anymore.
yeah, he literally goes comatose. Doesn't spring back until Batman comes out of hiding.
Yep.
Yep.
Insane character. Like, enough said. Really, Joker.
Yeah. It really is.
Do you have anything to add?
No, just the Barbara Gordon thing. I mean,
Yeah,
that always
yeah.
gets me.
Shot her
I
in the
mean-
spine.
And, you know, shit like that,
Fuck her.
like, major things like that usually don't stick for very long.
Oh,
That stuck for years.
years and years
I
and
mean,
years.
they just recently undid it with the New 52, where, you know, they...
Where she overcame
yeah,
it.
she
with
overcame it. They
therapy.
didn't just get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you don't see a character paralyzed
Well, and then
for
he made
20-something
Jim
years.
Gordon
No.
watch it
Yeah, that was the
over
worst.
and over
Yeah,
and
when he was
over.
trying to prove that all it takes is a bad day.
He was trying to turn Jim Gordon into him.
yeah,
pretty much, you
that's
know?
exactly what it was.
I mean, that right there, just like, he wasn't just fucking with Batman, he was fucking with everyone.
Yeah.
With that, you know, he fucked with everyone. And that's what
it's like-
makes Joker such a great
And
villain.
with,
Yeah.
you
Death
know?
of the Family, where he just basically rubbed in their face every
Yeah.
bad thing that had happened to them.
Yeah,
You know?
because they let him live.
Mhm.
He's a.
And
He
I
is.
still can't believe that Jason Todd didn't just kill him in that
I-
arc.
yeah,
I know,
You know,
right?
It's like, I beat you to death, and I led to the death of your mother.
Yeah,
And
this close, and it just didn't happen.
He should have ended. He should have topped that all off with "suck it." Like, he should have been like, "Not only did I beat you to death, but I also led to the death of your mother. Suck it." Like, it might have been the extra push needed to put the bullet through his head. I don't know, but
Yeah, every incarnation, every way he's used that I've ever
Yep.
found, I love the Joker.
Yeah.
Easily
so do I.
favorite villain of all time for me.
I
Or
just have an inherent love for Apocalypse for whatever reason.
Nostalgia,
But-
preference, whatever it be, it makes sense.
But the
Your
Joker
favorite
is
list.
the shiz knight.
But yeah, no villain has ever impressed me more fully than the Joker.
Well,
Yep.
then, we are going to end this wonderful top 10 podcast with that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look forward to more podcasts to come. We're going to keep cranking these out. You keep
Yep.
listening.
You comment with anything you got.
Yeah.
We
And
might
that's
wanna
another
do.
thing still,
Give
too.
us top tens.
Um,
give us hypotheticals. We want to hear it.
Yeah. Not only do we want to hear it, we want to talk about it. So
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
that you guys
We
want to
wanna
know,
break
if
it
it's
down
something
and-
you don't know, ask us, because I guarantee you we do.
Bring it up.
So,
Whether we do viewer mail someday or whatever, just
That'd
give
be
us
great.
stuff. We love the fuel. Give us something.
but all that being said, for BAPN and the fans' perspective, I'm Double A Ron.
Westicles.
Juice box.
Black Canary.
And Uber Bulge.
Have a good night.